Welcome back to another of our track test videos, and this time we're track testing one of our own cars that's actually supposed to be a drift car, but before it gets too far down the drift car development path, we figured let's set a hot lap in it and see how quick it goes. For those of you who have not been following along with our drift car build, this is a 2006 Nissan 350Z, or Z as we say here in Canada. And it's relatively mildly modified right now. It's got a cold air intake and a Borla exhaust on it, but it's still running the factory tune, factory ECU. It's got Koenig wheels on it with a Zestino tire package, which we really selected for drifting. So it's got a grippier rear tire than front tire, which, a grippier front tire than rear tire, which will help it drift, but may not help it turn a hot lap, but we don't care about that. It'll still turn a good lap, I'm sure. It's also on Fortune Auto 500 series coilovers. Anything else in there? We've got a racing seat, we've got a racing steering wheel, and of course we've got AP Racing big front brakes, which should really help actually with turning hot laps here. So, all right, guys, off we go in Z the 350Z here at Toronto Motorsports Park on December 20th. It is very late in the year to be at the racetrack, but it's actually a unseasonably warm day here. It is about 5 or 6 degrees Celsius, and having done a little bit of a warm-up in the car already, we seem to be getting some heat in the tires, so we're going to give it a good old-fashioned thrashing around here for a couple of laps and see what the car can do. Obviously it's not set up as a grip car right now. We tried to align it for drifting. The tires are really chosen for drifting, so we're not going to set a new naturally aspirated 350Z lap record around here today, especially not with me having the flu. But we're just going to have some fun and see what it does, and it is what it is. At least it gives us a number. It's something we can think about in the future if we ever decide to turn this thing back into a grip car. But frankly, having done some drifting in it earlier today, I can tell you it's too much fun as a drift car to go back. So I think we're going to enjoy developing it as a drift car, but in the meantime, we'll see what it can do for a hot lap here. I can already tell you it is sliding around quite a lot, which is what it's designed to do, partly because the tires are still cold, so it might take me a couple of laps here to get this thing warmed up. Let's see how it goes. The brakes are fantastic. Not many drift cars come with big APs, but we were lucky enough to inherit the car with those brakes on it, so enjoying those. It does have some understeer, I think because of our conditions, just being a little on the cold side. If it has any grip in turn one yet. That's a staggered tire compound for you. It has a lot of front end grip once these Zestinos warm up, but the back end wants to swing around. Partly because of our alignment specs, and I think partly because the rear tires are not as grippy a compound as the fronts. So it means I just don't have a lot of forward bite, but it is fun. She is a slider. Wants to slide so much. It's fun. It is a lot of fun. It's a really good chassis. It's very responsive. Oh, I think I just bottomed out the tow hook on the curbs there. My nose is running down my face. I've got the perfect face for radio, that's for sure. The nice thing about a drift car is you don't have any understeer to contend with. It just wants to oversteer everywhere. Alright, well, that's 3 hot laps in Zed the 350Z. Let's see how we do on a lap time. Well, the lap timer doesn't lie, everybody, and she did a 1:25.8. I thought it might go a couple seconds faster if I'm honest, but we've built a drift car, everybody. It really likes to slide, and it makes it an absolute hoot to drive out there because there's never any understeer to manage. It's like as soon as you turn in, you're automatically into like little countersteer mode, feathering the throttle mode, because she just wants to drift everywhere. And I think when driving it this way for grip, it's the staggered compound that's really making it that loose. The fact that the alignment, at least we tried to give it a drift alignment, I'm not sure we really succeeded yet because we don't have adjustable arms, but I think the alignment's not really grip oriented right now either. So there's some things that we could change to make it go faster, but it is an absolute hoot to drive. And the motor's a honey. That helmet has such good attenuation that I couldn't really hear where the rev limiter is, and it's a really soft rev limiter. So I think I was abusing the rev limiter pretty hard. You guys will probably hear that in the footage better than I could hear it in the car, but all in all, it's a really fun car, and it obviously wouldn't be hard to make it turn a faster lap here if that was our objective with this build. But as a drift car that you can go out there and rip some hot laps in and have a lot of fun doing it, I love this thing. I'm super stoked at how good this car is, and I'm stoked to continue developing it as a drift car because driving it around there in grip mode, all I wanted to do was like try to do high speed, low angle drifts because that's kind of what road racers do anyway, and I just wanted to keep trying to add a little bit more angle, and it's going to be fun. I'm really stoked to learn how to drift it properly. But in the meantime, we've given you a lap time for it on our lap time leaderboard, which by the way puts it between an OE STI press car and Moose's E36 M3. So Moose, our drift car, it's already faster than your race car. You got some work to do there, buddy. So thank you everyone for watching. We really appreciate the support. We will have more track tests for you coming as soon as we can. Obviously we're running out of weather, but we will keep chipping away at these whenever we get the chance. Give us a thumbs up, give us a subscribe, go to speedacademy.shop for swag or even some Go Fast parts.